Hello, I have not disappeared. Now I've actually recorded this video several times because it takes a while knowing what to say. I've currently got a script that I'm reading off now at this point, but yeah, let's just see how this goes. I'm aware it's been some time since my last dialogue video, which was a few months ago I think. I don't have the date on me right now. But yeah, I do have some more content coming soon. I have been working behind the scenes, not as much as I'd like to be, but I'm in the position to be working a lot more. I have the motivation back, and yeah, this is the start of hopefully something that I'll be working on for quite a while. I'm not very good at this, so I'm actually good at segues or how to move into different sections of a video. So I think I'm just gonna move on just like this. Now, being a game developer and a uni graduate one at that, there are some expectations that you would be developing a game at some point in your career. Doesn't have to be Game of the Year, but it is generally assumed that one would develop a game with their games degree. So, since I am more than happy to tread the beaten path, I actually have been designing a game for the past year or so, on and off between university assignments. It actually was one of my assignments at one part, but that was the video that came out a few months ago. Ooh, this is going to go well. The point is, I have been working and thinking and working on it a lot the past while. Yes, I'm planning on making a few devlogs for this game to see how it goes. Maybe it will go great. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be put onto a shelf. We will find out. Anyway, this first devlog won't necessarily contain a lot of actual updates to the game since I don't actually have much in the way of production yet. There is some little things that I may be able to show throughout the video, but there's not much. It's at the start. It's a baby game. So yeah, I will call this more of like a devlog 0, where I'll kind of explain the design, the kind of ideas I have for this series, just anything along the ideas path, and not much in the production path for now. So yeah, I'll be talking a lot about the design quirks and aims for the project in this video rather than the actual production. I'm just setting the scene and the whole scope of everything, so you'll understand what I'm talking about in future videos. Yeah, I'm still really bad at segues, so maybe you just need another quick cut right about here. Bam! Project Tome! Damn, look at that card, that looks so cool. So, Project Tome. It's just the work in progress name of the game, it's not the actual name. I'm going to spend a while towards the end thinking of a good name because, the title is what grabs people. It's the first thing people see about your game, so it needs to pop, Anyway, Project Tome is intended to be a 3D third-person roguelike game set in a fantasy world with multiple environments, enemies, characters, classes, customizables, items, so on and so forth. But wait, Mr. Disembodied Voice, that's a lot of ambition for one solo developer. Well, for one, screw you. This voice does have a body. I made some little avatar guys that look like a thing I made in year 8. So yeah. And for number 2, I am aware it's pretty ambitious for a solo developer, but just bear with me. This isn't going to be something that's finished in a couple weeks. It's going to take a while. It won't be releasing anytime soon. I'm going to put the proper effort into it and kind of document how much I get done along the way with these videos. And I thought it wouldn't be a bad idea to make a series of it to build hype, share updates, all that jazz. Kind of build up a community maybe, see what happens. Right, order of development. Now this whole operation will have a few stages. I won't go into the detailed aspects of the game just yet since this is Devlog 0. There are still some design kinks being worked out and I don't want people stealing my ideas before I have them implemented. But I will give a basic overview of the stages I will be working on. I am just going to quickly go over the fact that I'll be using Unreal Engine for this project. It already has a third-person template, so we can already tick off the generic player movement, camera following, blah 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 stuff that you'd otherwise need to do in a blank project. It just saves time for the beginning, so I can actually work on the more intricate parts of the project further on. So yeah, let's just skip that part and move straight into the list of things that I need to do. The to-do list. First off, the main game loop. Being a roguelike, it's going to be along the lines of defeat enemies, power up, enter next level, repeat. You get the idea. You know how roguelikes work. But because it's an original game, I'm going to need to spice up how the main gameplay loop works if I want the game to do well. And I do have some ideas, but I'm not revealing them in this video. You'll have to see them in my design videos further on. So subscribe. Once the main game loop is complete, I'll need to make a character class for the player to control. Being a roguelike is going to need to be something that's fluid, something that's exciting to play as, and it just needs to make a roguelike exciting. It needs to be an exciting gameplay experience. After that, the player will need some sort of obstacle to overcome to complete the objective in the level, so we'll need to design some enemies for the player to attack and defeat. Bear in mind, all the steps mentioned so far will have no actual artistic flair to them, and the reason for that is because I am first and foremost a programmer. I am not an artist. So when I need to design something and create the art, it takes a long time, and I'm a perfectionist, and a bad artist being a perfectionist is not a good mix. So by getting all the logic and mechanics out of the way first, I can confidently create assets for a game without having to change my mind about something after I've made the art for it and then having to get rid of the art, which would just suck for me and also waste time. It might not make a lot of sense to people, but to me it just helps streamline my process, I think. It's just the way my brain works. That's just how I think it's going to work best for me. Anyway, back on track. After all the basic setup is done, the player will need a better, more well-designed level, since most of the development at this point will most likely be done on a very basic setup. I'm talking flat ground. Tumbleweeds. I'm talking nothing. So at this point, I'll create a more planned out level, whitebox the area, and make a whole longer video for this explaining my ideas and purpose for each part of the level. Now, the whole point of roguelikes is for the player to gain perks or advantages throughout the run, to have a sense of moving forward and getting stronger, and to feel like they're making some sort of progress compared to the start of the run. This will be achieved by this next part, which is items. They will definitely be balanced on launch. So yeah, if we make some items the player can pick up during runs, it will make each individual run feel a bit different than the last one. By just giving them a bit stat differences, they can choose to build this, can choose to build that. It will just make each game feel a bit more unique in and itself. And here comes the programmer's nightmare. It will be around this point that I'll reluctantly give in and try to squeeze out what little drops of creativity I've got to model some designs for the characters and enemies, as well as create some sounds for all the action going on in soundtracks. Now, as I've previously said, I'm not as skilled in art and audio compared to programming, but I do have some beginner knowledge from when I was in college. I think I did like a unit in each. That's good enough, I think. Once the art and audio is done, I'll make 1 or 2 videos rounding up anything I've forgotten, any changes I'll need to make, maybe add a menu and some user interface, fix some things I'll have inevitably forgotten, and that will hopefully be around in time for launch. Now, as previously mentioned, Project Tome is going to be made on Unreal Engine, simply because that's the engine I know the most about, and it will make development a lot easier if I can minimize the amount of learning and searching up endless how-to tutorials that I'll need to do. As for art and modeling, Blender seems like the right choice, because I have zero money for this project. Blender is free, and we can kind of put 2 and 2 together here. And yeah, that's the plan I've been cooking for the past while. By the time this video is published, I will have probably made some progress already on the initial class, but anyway, thanks for watching. I know it's been me rambling mostly and not really kind of giving too much away. I just didn't want people to steal my ideas before I got it into a game properly. Subscribe for future devlogs, and I don't actually know how to finish this video. I know some people put bloopers. Maybe I could do bloopers. Do I have any bloopers? Let's do some bloopers. Bye. And once upon a time, it will be around this point that I will reluctantly. So yeah, we'll create a few items. A few items. So yeah, we'll create a few items for the player to be pick up. We'll begin with the main game loop. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm supposed to say next.